Yeah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Ihsan Ramadan, and people usually call me Ihsan. But now, in college, I'm usually called Ichan. I'm from Bandar Lampung, but currently I live in Bandung. I live in Bandung currently, precisely in Sadang Serang. I started my study in Al-Quran Elementary School at Sukamiskin, Bandung. And after that, I continue my study in Husnul Khotimah Junior High School and Husnul Khotimah Senior High School in Kuningan, West Java. And now I'm here. I continue my study in Polban or Bandung State Polytechnic. In the future, I'm passionate about pursuing a career in software engineering, especially in the field of game development, because I want to know how video game was made. My goal after I graduate from college is to work with a dynamic team where I can continue to grow and learn and contribute to impactful projects. In the free time, I enjoy my time by swimming, and then I'm usually listening and playing music, or maybe sleep. Yeah, I love sleep because I feel that these activities really helps me recharge my energy and keep me to stay positive. I was born in Bandar Lampung and I have one brother and two younger sisters. And now currently my family lives in Bandar Lampung. My father works as a businessman and my mother as a housewife. And yeah, that's it for my introducing video. Indonesia's fight for independence was long and difficult, but among the many brave souls who shaped the nation's destiny, few stand as tall as Jenderal Sudirman. Alright, now I want to describe about Jenderal Sudirman. Indonesian people surely know who Jenderal Sudirman is. Jenderal Sudirman was born on January 24 and 1916 in the town of Purbalingga, Central Java. Raised in a modest family, he was shaped by a value of humility and perseverance. As a young boy, he was already known for his discipline and leadership. His involvement with scouting and later in education foreshadowed his future role as a leader in Indonesia's fight for freedom. Then why I mention Jenderal Sudirman? Because he is a good character. He is brave, patriotism, and have a high dedication to Indonesia's independence. Even though Jenderal Sudirman was suffering from tuberculosis, he still led the troops well and with high dedication to Indonesia's independence. Jenderal Sudirman had a strong, angular face that reflects both determination and humility. His facial structure was somewhat slender, with high cheekbones, a defined jawline, and a narrow chin. His nose was prominent but well proportioned, giving his face a sense of authority. His hairstyle, often seen in photos with a calm, composed look, were sharp and filled with an intense sense of resolve. His skin tone was a warm brown, typical of many Japanese people. As for his hair, General Sudirman had short, nearly cropped black hair, which often kept hidden under his iconic headgear, the peci. Yes, he usually wear peci, a traditional black cap, a traditional Indonesian black cap. Yeah. Adding to his dignified appearance. Later in his life, during the war years, he occasionally appeared with a thin mustache. General Sudirman had a medium build but was notably lean, which became more pronounced during his years of guerrilla warfare, especially when he was battling tuberculosis. He wasn't particularly tall, but his presence exuded strength, primarily because of his military posture and dignified demeanor. His figure became iconic, particularly when wearing his military uniform, which he often paired with the peci. General Sudirman is more than a military leader. He is a symbol of resilience, the relentless spirit of Indonesia's independence. His story reminds us all that freedom is hard-won, and that true leaders are those who put their people and country above all else. Let us continue to honor his memory and the sacrifice made for the nation's is freedom. Okay, alright, so now I want to describe about my laptop. This is my laptop. Acer Nitro V15. Yeah, let's move on. Alright, so now this is my laptop, Acer Nitro V15. Yeah. Let's start with the design first. The Acer Nitro V15 has a sleek, modern look rectangle shape, perfect for gamers and users alike. It sports a matte black finish and with blue and gray accents in the back of the screen with the logo of Nitro. The build is solid with durable plastic materials that keep the laptop is lightweight, that weighing around only 2 kilograms. Yes, only 2 kilograms. Looking at the ports on the left side, yes, this is a charging port, and this is a Ethernet or usually we can call this LAN port, and this is a HDMI port. This is a USB 3.2 ports, and also it has a Type-C port for charging and many more, and transfer data. And look at the right side. It has a fan, yeah, and a USB port. Next up to the display, the Nitro V15 comes with a 15-inch Full HD display, delivering vibrant and sharp visuals. It also features 144 Hz refresh rate, which means smoother gameplay, no more lagging or tearing during those fast-paced action sequence. As for audio, the laptop is equipped with dual stereo speakers and DTS Ultra support. Yeah. Now let's talk about what is under the hood. The star of the show here is the NVIDIA RTX 2050. Yeah, NVIDIA RTX 2050. The RTX 2050 offer ray tracing capabilities and DLSS, or we can say deep learning super sampling, which can usually find in higher-end gaming laptops. What does this mean? Yeah, it means better graphic performance, smoother frame rates, and improved visual in games that support these features. Paired with the i5 Gen 13, this laptop can handle not just gaming, but also multitasking, video editing, and even 3D rendering. As you can see, that I can play most of the game, like GTA 4, Elden Ring, and many more. Yeah. And now for the keyboard. This laptop comes with white backlight keyboard, and the typing experience is typically mid for me. Yeah, for me it's mid, not too special but not too bad. Yeah, decent. It has no sound like other gaming laptop, but the special part is it has only white backlight, not the rainbow one. Yeah. And for the touchpad is nothing special. You can like just a normal touchpad. Yeah. And maybe that's all for my task about describe object. Yeah. Thank you. Now, I want to describe about my hometown, Lampung. Lampung is a province located on the southern tip of Sumatra Islands in Indonesia. It's known for its stunning natural beauty. The weather in Lampung is usually hot. The province has a diverse cultural heritage with influence from Japanese, Sundanese, and local Lampungese traditions. The landmark of Lampung is the Siger Tower, which is located on a hill in Bakauheni, Lampung. The Siger Tower is a symbol of the cultural pride of the Lampung people. This majestic yellow and red tower is shaped like a traditional Siger crown, which is a key element in a Lampung woman's traditional attire, representing the heritage and royal dignity of the area. The tower, which stands 32 meters high, functions as a landmark gate welcoming visitors arriving by ferry from Java at Bakauheni Port. In Lampung, you can visit one of its notable attractions. It's the Waikambas National Park, which is home to the endangered Sumatran elephant and rhinoceros. Lampung also have beautiful coastal areas like the Pahawang Islands, known for its pristine beach and vibrant coral reefs. Pahawang Islands is a diverse paradise. The island's underwater world is full of colorful marine life, making it a popular destination for snorkeling and diving enthusiasts. The local food in Lampung is a mix of spicy and savory dishes, often featuring fresh seafood, and aromatic spice. One of Lampung's famous local foods is banana chips, which tastes crunchy and tasty. Overall, Lampung is a vibrant and diverse province with a lot to offer for nature lovers and cultural enthusiasts alike. Yeah, that's all about my hometown. Now, let me share with you my dream destination, Mecca. Yes, Mecca, the holiest city in Islam, located in Saudi Arabia. Visiting Mecca is a lifelong aspiration for me, as it holds deep spiritual significance. It's the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the center of the Islamic world. The Grand Mosque Al Masjid Al Haram is the heart of the city, with the Kaaba, the sacred structure that millions of Muslims around the world face during prayer. I dream of performing the pilgrimage, Hajj, where I will walk in the footsteps of millions of faithful pilgrims, performing rituals that have been practiced for centuries. Beyond its religious significance, Mecca is a city of historical landmarks and a serene spiritual energy. I can't wait to experience the tranquility, connection, and the fulfillment that this journey will bring. I hope I can visit Mecca in the future. Amin.